Hello, hello. Happy Saturday. Hope all of you are warmer where you are than we are here. It's like 30 degrees and snowing. Pretty gross. Just going to kind of hang out here, let people kind of join since I haven't been live in forever. I don't think a lot of you were expecting me to be here. Um, I did see that Mark Sterlson was in the chat. He said, let's get this show on the road. Well, the show is on the road. Don't know how well it's going to travel, but it's on the road. Let me guys know if you can hear and see everything okay, especially since I'm doing this by myself. Hopefully, Josh will join in. He is actually across from me right now trying to get his end going. He's having some technical difficulties at the moment. So if you can hear me, see everything okay, just let me know in the chat. Moment I'm not seeing my chat moving at all, so hopefully everything is okay on my end. Jeremy says I can hear and see, but volume seems low. Okay, I can go ahead and bump that up. I am not used to having my microphone up because I usually feed off of Josh's. Let me know if that is any better. I'll just keep adjusting until everything starts to sound a little bit better. But excuse me, like I said, I'm used to keeping my microphone low on my phone and kind of piggybacking off of Josh's microphone for his live stream. So I may have to tweak the settings a little bit. But hello, Jeremy. Thank you for joining. Yep. Mark says AV is good. Okay, so my live stream is jumping all over the place. Not really sure what's going on there. So my plan is to go for roughly 50 minutes, and then I'll sign off because then Josh does do his Saturday Mayhem at 3 p.m. Eastern. So I want to 3:10, whatever. I still want to make sure that we have enough time to get everything set up and ready for that one. So I'll go for roughly 50 minutes and then call it at that. As far as what has been going on, at least with my fish tanks, a lot. Um, the tank that I had my shrimp in started to crash. It started doing some really weird things with the filter. Josh did end up getting that fixed. However, I moved my shrimp and all of my babies over to my mystery snail tank. And unfortunately, haven't seen a single shrimp in there since I moved them. So I don't know if they have moved to the back because it's one of those where the filter and heater and everything goes into these little compartments in the back. But little things like shrimp can climb into the little holes for the filtration and hide back there. So they may be back there, they may not be. I'm not sure. However, I did get that tank back up and running again. The filter is working the way that it should. So I have my betta from the Keystone Clash in that. My betta from Aquashella is in the 10-gallon with, I believe, one rice fish in there because Josh took the rest of them and put them down into his Guppy Mayhem tank, which was fine because they were breeding like crazy in my tank and I didn't have room for them anymore. Um, so he's in there with a rice fish living his best life. He's doing great. He's happy. My snails are happy. They're, living their best life in their tank. The only other unfortunate news is that my axolotl shortcake, who was my really pretty Lucy that I called special needs, she had a weird curled tail. You had to be really careful with her. Unfortunately, I lost her a couple of days ago. So that made me really sad, and I'm probably not going to own any more axolotls for quite some time because we do still have two, and they are good. So yeah, Eric Wyrock, hello, twinning. Although I'm not wearing any of my Rico stuff today, and usually I wear at least a Rico shirt or my leggings over the weekend, but I'm not doing that today. Yeah, Mark, the week did. I mean, it's not been a terrible week, just been really frustrating as far as fish keeping goes. And, my tanks, it seemed like all at once they wanted to all act crazy, but I have all of that under control now, thankfully, at least hopefully. Before I even went live today, I had to do a water change on my mystery snail tank again because I have a weird biofilm on top of the surface of the water. And I'm trying to get rid of that. So I have to keep doing water changes in hopes that I can get that to go away. Bruiser CB, hello, welcome. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you guys all coming into this stream, especially considering, I haven't streamed in a very long time. I kind of just got to the point where I wasn't feeling it. Being on, with Josh, I felt was sufficient. However, because I do have my sponsorship with Pet Exotics and Diego, it was time to get back into it. So my plan will be to keep Saturdays, keep this time stream at 2 o'clock and go until almost 3, and then jump on with Josh at 3:10 for his stream. So that's the plan at least. I sounded down the other day. I could have been. I don't know. This whole week has kind of been a whirlwind at, as far as work and whatever else. So Jenna P, hello, welcome. I will say though, at the middle part of the day yesterday at work, I came back to my line and I had a card sitting on my little area where I keep like my drinks and my cell phone and stuff. And it turned out that my coworkers had gotten me a belated birthday card and they all signed it. And so I opened that up and I kind of looked at it, and that really made my day. That that really helped because Friday was kind of crazy at work. Stephen P, hello. Eric Wyrock says, I see Josh in the reflection of the tank. Hi, Josh. Hi. He says hi. um, yeah, and it's funny that you guys can actually see his reflection in there because this tank actually does have water in it, but I think it's just the way like the light from the window and stuff is hitting it that you're actually able to see his reflection. But it's kind of funny. He is still over there, unfortunately, having some technical difficulties. He's firing his laptop back up that he hasn't used in forever for live streams and can't remember any passwords or anything. So it's fighting him pretty good. So let's see what else. Oh, so as far as the tank that I had shortcake in the basement, that was a 13, 15-gallon Fluval Flex. I'm trying now to think of some cool things to put in there. Clearly, it would have to be smaller fish, and it wouldn't, I wouldn't be able to really do a lot. But because I already have Corys and I already have Edlers and, um, I already have snails, I already have a lot of smaller fish. I'm trying to think of something different and fun that I can put kind of a school into. I don't want it to be just, one or two fish in there. That's kind of boring, especially because it's a 15-gallon. Um, so if you guys have any ideas of what I can put in there and plant it and make it fun, that would be greatly appreciated. Liquid Zoo OnlyFans popped in with I see Josh in my mirror all the time. Um, is that kind of like a Bloody Mary thing? If you say his name so many times into the mirror, he appears behind you, or that's kind of scary. Greg's Planted Tanks, hello. Stephen P. Reservoirs. I did have 5 Harlequin reservoirs. I lost 4 of them. They were in my mystery snail tank. So I have one little lowly reservoir in that tank by itself. They are really fun. Josh has a bunch of them in the cube. Reservoirs are really fun, and I feel like I could probably do quite a few in that tank just because they are really fun. However, I also have to keep in mind that the tank is in the basement. And while that room is heated, the tank itself does not have a heater. So it's got to be fish that can handle cooler temperatures, not necessarily cold water fish, but can handle being in a tank that doesn't necessarily have a heater because the water down there, I think, in the winter will probably average about 68. So Rasboras would be a good idea. They would be fun. Harlequins are really fun to watch. Jenna P says green neon tetras. That would be another option for sure. I thought about tetras. For about 2.5 seconds, I thought about mollies, and then I realized how quickly they breed and squashed that idea because I'm not so sure that I want fish babies, especially with as quickly as mollies breed and as many as they have at a time. White clouds would be fun, yes. I don't know. We will have to see. I do know that hopefully, fingers crossed, if it works out, Kelly Foreman and I were talking about maybe going down to the reef down in Indianapolis the weekend of Thanksgiving. And so, she said there are tons of fish options there, things that I may actually fall in love with that I can't necessarily get from our local fish store here. So while I am trying to take ideas, I'm also trying to be patient because if we are able to make it down there in a few weeks, I may be coming home with some new fish. I don't know. We'll see. So it sounds like he might actually be getting whatever he's got going on over there fixed. I'm not sure. I do like the idea of white cloud minnows, though, for sure. White cloud mountain minnows. I didn't see the mountain in there the first time, but anything small like that I know I can get away with having. Um, obviously more than two or three would be really fun. I definitely don't want something in such a small footprint that I can't have very many of because I love watching schooling fish, that swim from one side of the tank to the other and whatever. So definitely anything like that would be a good idea. Plus, like I said, I do want to put some plants in it. Now that there's nothing in it, I can, you clean it out and get it planted, let everything kind of settle and get it the way I want to, and then put fish in it versus trying to escape a tank when you have fish in it. That's not really fun. I did that with my mystery snail tank. I rescaped it, added some wood to it, added some plants, redid everything. And while I absolutely love it and how beautiful it is, it was kind of a pain to do with fish and snails and trying to make sure that I wasn't injuring anybody or having anybody freak out and jump out. Platies would be fun, I think, probably. And there are different types of corridoras. I have long, thin, peppered corys that I love, but I think platies would probably be fun too. Again, these are all really great ideas, and um, hopefully, I come up with something. Bruiser, what size tank? I missed what you said. So the tank that I'm looking to stock is either a 13-gallon or a 15-gallon. It's a Fluval Flex. And I believe the US gallon size is 13, if I remember correctly. Greg's Planet Tank says, I love sparkling gourami in a small tank as well. That is an idea as long as they don't get very big. Like I know a lot of the gouramis that we have get big enough that I wouldn't be able to have very many in there. Squat. I almost said squatty. Scotty Aquati. Hello. Goodness gracious. I can't read today, apparently. Hmm. And yeah, Jenna, you could be right. It could be 15. It's one of those where it had like different different whatever size the tank was supposed to be for, Europe and America and all of that. So I never really knew if it was a 13 or if it was a 15, just like my mystery snail tank. Um, I think says that it's either a 9 or like an 11, like really weird. I'm not sure, but that one's a Fluval Flex as well, which I'm actually really in love with the Fluval Flex tank. Kenny, what is up, sir? Sparkling gouramis only get about 1.5 inches max. Okay, okay. All really good ideas. I mean, as long as it's fish that like I said, and I sound like a broken record, as long as it's fish that I can keep in a school, to where I'm not having only like two or three, I'd be okay with that. Are you figuring things out over there, sort of? I think he's trying. Goodness gracious. So, yeah, I'm trying to. There's not really. I don't really want to talk too much about like what else is going on as far as tanks and stuff, just because, um, obviously that's what Josh is going to do on his stream. Mm. 12 sparkling gouramis would look good. So now I'm gonna have to look into sparkling gouramis because I've never even heard of them, but they sound kind of fun. We have gouramis in the cube. What are they? Lemons or something? Goldens. There you go. Golden gouramis. And they're fun, but they are definitely more than an inch and a half. And they're really pretty. Gouramis in general are really pretty fish. Uh-oh, Mark Searleson says somebody needs to hit that like, please. Somebody in the chat flacking, apparently. I can't see the YouTube side of it. Um, I'm only on StreamYard, so I just know how many people are in the chat. Oh, Kyle Dated popping in at some point, and I didn't see you. Hello. Said they are also known as dwarf gouramis. Funny story about that. We had dwarf gouramis one time, or at least they were sold to us as dwarf gouramis. They got big. Um, I'm missing somebody. Deb's Aqua Pets. Sparkling gourami are beautiful and they croak like frogs sometimes. Interesting. Eric Wyrock has to go be an adult. Well, thank you for stopping in, Eric. Scotty Aquati says, don't forget about Skipper's auction tonight. I'm not going to lie, you guys, I'm kind of out of the loop with some of you that are doing your live streams here lately. And I know that Skipper has been doing auctions. I don't know what they're for. I don't know like when he has them scheduled. But Scotty Aquati says there is one tonight. So definitely don't miss that. If you want to put in the chat too, Scotty, when that is, what time that is going to be so that people have a general idea, I'm totally okay with that. Mark, I agree. Adulting does suck. I had to go out and adult earlier and go to the grocery store, and there are no flakes falling from the sky, and it's like 30 degrees. I was not having it at all. Shane, hello. Thank you for joining. Welcome. Yeah, definitely not a fan. Kenny says, I mainly do pop ups. Yep. Don't want to stream over others, so I try to fill gaps. And that's kind of why, it took me so long to kind of come back into it, but it seems like my Saturday time really didn't go anywhere. 7 p.m. Eastern time, fish auction on Skipper's channel. So you guys don't miss out. Skipper's Aquariums tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. There's going to be a fish auction. Kyle says you need Galaxy Res boards. They are really pretty and super small. Ooh. Okay, now that I might be into. Again, though, like the local fish store that we go to, they don't have a huge variety. I mean, they have Rasboras, they have Harlequins. I don't know if they have Galaxies, but I will have to see. Kenny says I did a stream last night, escaped my stream tank life. There we go. There we go. I don't know that I have the guts to do an aquascape live, and I don't think it's anything other than just I don't know, I'm super particular about the way I do things, and I wouldn't be able to focus on the chat and focus on scaping at the same time. Hippie John, hello, welcome to the stream, sir. Yeah, like I know when I had to, well, I didn't have to, but when I basically had my arm twisted and was, pushed into um the YouTube aquascape competition that Lisa so graciously, volunteered me for. I was extremely nervous. There were people standing all around the table, and I think Josh, and there were several people that were taking pictures. There were Josh, I know, was recording. And that made me extremely nervous because it was like, oh my gosh, all of these people are watching what I'm doing, and I don't even know what I'm doing. So it made me a little bit nervous, but that was still really fun. And I learned a lot, and I brought that home and I escaped my snail tank, and I absolutely fell in love with it. I love the way that it looks now, even if nobody else does. They are also known as celestial pearl danios. Oh, now see, I think our fish store does have danios. I don't know, but again, I'll find something. I just would rather buy from an actual fish store than try and order online and have them shipped to me, especially now that it's getting colder. I just have an anxiety about spending that kind of money and then, you know, the possibility of them showing up unalive. Everybody in here saying hi to each other. CPDs are great. You're the second person now that has recommended CPDs. I almost feel like that might be the way to go. I don't know. I'll shop around, I'll look around. Like I said, I'm not really in a huge rush. It's not something that has to be done right away. I hate tanks sitting empty, but it's not necessarily something that has to be done right away. What is that? Oh, those are pretty. Okay, Kyle, those are actually really pretty. I might actually go with those. I don't know. Yeah. I don't really like tanks to be, I don't want, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I don't like my tanks to sit empty with nothing in them. Um, However, I'm not going to rush and buy the first thing I see just because it's like, oh my gosh, let me get something into this tank and then end up not liking them or, changing seeing something that I like better or, whatever the case may be. So, um, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to look around. I'm going to see what kind of options I have and go from there. Excuse me. Mark Solson says CPDs and pygmy quarries. Pygmy quarries are fun too. And Josh does have pygmy quarries. Like I said, I have the long, thin pepper quarries. He has pygmies. Quarries in general are fun. Pandas, pygmies, peppers. Quarries are just so much fun. Um, the only thing that I don't really like about quarries is the fact that, they spend so much time on the bottom of the tank, which is what they do. I like things that kind of move all over the place, or I would at least like to have different types of fish that I can mix into the tank so that I have fish at like all levels, top swimmers, middle swimmers, bottom swimmers, which is exactly why I'm kind of keeping my options open and looking around and asking for suggestions. Hippie John says, I have pygmy quarries coming from Foxy. Ooh, she has some really pretty quarries too. And her videos, I think Foxy is the one, right, that did the video countdown of waiting on the egg to hatch. Was that Foxy? Oh, Mark Serlson's a little jealous now. Hippie John telling you to shush. Shut it up. He's jealous. Mm. See, that's what I have, John. I have long fin pepper quarries, and they're absolutely beautiful, beautiful fish. So much fun. Mine are kind of lazy, but they're so fun. Yeah, Foxy did the egg hatching countdown videos right around like Christmas, New Year. Those were so much fun to watch because as the egg grew, you can see the little baby in there like moving around. Foxy's and Peplin is who we got our CPDs from. And I know that I have probably more options to order fish or more options for fish, I should say, if I outsource and I order and I have them shipped. But like I said, this time of the year, having fish shipped really freaks me out because you don't know if they're going to make it. Um, and then, a lot of the time having fish shipped around here, they get lost and then they're delayed getting to you. And it's too much anxiety for me if I'm going to be spending that kind of money. It's just too much anxiety. Kyle says those fish get about 3/4 to 7/8 of an inch, so you could do a school of them in that tank. Maybe do dwarf hair grass with them. There you go. B Wizzle, what is going on, sir? Thank you for joining my stream. I got the brothers from another mother in my stream at the same time. That's what's up. And I guess, yeah, because Kyle, you said, some dwarf hair grass in there. That's my other thing. I have really grown to love planted tanks. And so I need to figure out what kind of plants I want and what kind of fish go well with those plants because I kind of want a moderately planted tank, not necessarily heavily planted because of how small it is, but a moderately planted tank. So then I have to make sure that whatever fish I put in with those plants is going to not eat those plants and, that everybody will get along happily. Mark says Peplin and Foxy are stopping their shipping very soon. Wow. Skipper, hello. Welcome to the stream. Thank you. Thank you for popping in. I have to say that I am very grateful that I have as many of you in here as I do, considering I haven't streamed for so long. And it's kind of nice to get back into it, if I'm being honest. It's been a long time. Oh, Hippie John got a pass because he's in Wisconsin, so that's why they ship to you. B Wizzle got a new tank and a new order coming. Been using the Klarna app. You can buy fish tanks and fish off of that? That's news to me. Oh yeah, it's one of those. Yep. 4 to 6 payments, and then yeah. Dwarf hair grass will do much better with CO2. Dwarf stage or micro sword will be a more manageable low tech. Jenna, see, Jenna knows that I don't use CO2, so that's the other thing. I need plants that can handle growing without CO2. crap, you know what? That's my other issue. This tank, for some reason, the light on it doesn't work. Um, not really sure why, but so that tank really isn't going to get a lot of light either. Unless I were to move it back upstairs, which I am not going to do because even as small as that tank is, it is heavy, and I'm not doing that. So I'll just have to get a new light or figure out what's wrong with that light. Yep. But either way, yes, Skipper, you since you just got off of work, it's time for you to relax before your live stream auction tonight. Let's see what else is going on. And I guess as far as carpet plants too, I'm not really a fan of like the carpet plants. I've tried those in the past and have not been successful with them, mainly because the fish that I have apparently think they're food. I don't know. Um, but I'm definitely not really a fan of the carpet plants. I'm more into things that grow up and out and like Anubias. I'm a huge fan of Anubias. Um, some of like your smaller sword type. I don't know plant names, so I'm just gonna kind of tell you what they look like. And then I have another one that kind of looks like a bush. I don't know. I don't know. Skipper says I will be working on getting ready for that. It's gonna be big. The season finale. I may have to join in just to see what it's all about. Kind of interesting. And I apologize that I have missed so many of your streams lately. I haven't really been watching a lot of people stream too much here lately. I need to get back into that as well. Sounds like a lot of people are super excited about it though, so I'll have to see if I can't pop in and just check it out. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to keep an eye on the chat here because I feel like I'm missing somebody, but I don't think I did. I think I've said hi to everybody that's in here. I think so. If I missed you and you're in here, hi. If you're lurking, so I don't know that you're in here, hi. There you go, Liquid Zoo. He says, set a reminder now and don't miss Skipper's Fish Spam auctions tonight. I heard he'll be doing it shirtless. That's either going to really help his stream and his auction, or it's really going to hurt it. That would be funny, though. Although I can't see him doing that. I'm just waiting on the rebuttal now from Skipper on, what he's going to say to that. Is he going to do the stream shirtless? Well, if you heard that, I apologize. Josh is over there messing with that laptop, making all kinds of noise. Yep. Okay. Kyle says I'm lurking from my TV and chatting from my phone. All right. Skipper said only in Matt's dreams. It wouldn't surprise me if Matt dreams about those things at night. And you know what? More power to him. He sees Josh in his mirror all the time too. So he dreams about you shirtless and has Josh in his mirrors. I don't know. Matt's a weird, weird man. I think he just likes getting a rise out of everybody and it works. Well, I don't. 2:35. Okay. I got a little more time left here. Just have to think of some things to chat about. Who else? Raise of hands in the chat. is getting snowflakes falling from the sky in their area right now because I'm going to be really angry if we are the only ones. I don't want it. Oh, and now Hippie John says, "Don't worry, Matt. We dream about you too." Speak for yourself, there, guy. Speak for yourself. Bewizzle's having signal issues. Matt says, "Yes, I am, and I need to go work for a few hours." But burr, yeah, I'm not a fan of it. Kyle, I'm pretty sure it's headed your way, so feel free to take all of it and keep it, please. Jimmy P, welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. Jenna P says, "Jess, we played Finish the Lyric on Wednesday and no one knew Man from Milwaukee." Not a lot of people would actually know that song unless they had the CD, though. So, as much as that breaks my heart, I can understand it because that was never one that was played on the radio. So, unless you had that CD, you had no clue what that song was. But that is pretty funny, though. Skipper says, "No snow here, just rain." Well, I hope you get it soon. Matt says, "I am the biggest snowflake." I don't think you are a snowflake. Just saying. Oh, see, that's right, Mark. Your seasons are different than ours. So you're just now going into summer and we're going into winter. Ugh. No, no. Kyle says, "No, no, no. I insist you can keep it. Consider it a gift from me to you, a free gift." I don't want it. I don't want it at all. Jenna, yeah, I had to buy the CD because it wasn't on my cassette. Isn't that really weird? I noticed that too because I had the cassette and the CD as well and noticed that that one wasn't actually on the cassette, but they put it on the CD and I thought that was really strange. It's a very cold 54 degrees here. Yeah, I would take your 54 over no flakes falling from the sky and 30 degrees because yesterday it was almost 70 and now it's super cold and snowing and I don't like it. And it's actually sticking, which makes it even worse. Kyle says no givesy backsies. No, no, I already told you I was sending it your way, so I'm not giving anything back. You were trying to give it back. Matt says, "Ain't that cute, Jenna? It's like 16 here." Yeah, I think it's like 30 here. I think. I'm not sure. And I don't, my watch might tell me. Look at that. I think it's going to tell me. See if I can pull this up real quick. 32 degrees. Yeah. According to my watch, it is 32 degrees, but that may not be true. Yeah, Matt says Google says 25, but my temp sensor says 16. So somewhere in between, maybe. Yeah, possibly. More than likely, it's in between what Google is saying and what your temp sensor is saying. But yeah. Ooh, Scotty Aquati says, "I wish it was snowing here. It's 70 and November 12th, and I'm in BT." That's Connecticut, right? Yes. It should be colder there. Holy cow. 70 and windows open in North Carolina. No, no. See, I want to be in the warm weather again. Take me back to warm weather. I'm not a fan of cold at all. I don't like being cold. So your temp sensor is now went from 18 to 23. I wonder if the battery is going bad. Yeah, I would wonder about that too, unless it's super windy to where it's changing that. like that, but I would wonder about the battery. Something's not right. Still over there messing with the computer and just messing everything up for me. Goodness gracious. It's okay. I'm actually gonna cut this in probably about 10 minutes anyway. Um, that'll give him time to get everything fully set up without interrupting anything. Jenna P said cold weather is perfect sleeping weather, but bad productivity weather. No, disagree. I don't even like being cold when I'm sleeping. Like in the summertime when he has the air conditioner on in our room and it's like super cold in there, I'm bundled up in like three blankets and I'm in sweatpants and a long sleeve shirt. I hate being cold when I sleep. I hate it. The worst. I don't like being cold at all. No, thank you. And I've pretty much always been that way, just not a fan of being cold and being in cold weather. Like, you know, most kids go sledding and build snowmen and go and play out in the snow. And I would go out there for like maybe 5 minutes and then be like, nope. Kyle said, I just looked outside. I'm not happy about this, Jess. I told you to keep it. I told you that it was on the way. I, I couldn't take it back at that point. It had already been shipped. It was on the way. It got there faster than I projected. You're welcome. I'd say sorry, but I'm not sorry. Somebody else has to share in my misery. Even my cats are over here like curled up in little balls trying to stay warm. I have one on my lap and one on the table next to me. They're freezing. Everybody's cold. Gross. Nobody likes cold weather. I want a refund. It's not what I ordered. Sorry. Sorry. We don't accept refunds. Big Shrimpin', hello, hello. Welcome. Thank you for joining the stream. Unfortunately, I'm going to be cutting out in about 7 minutes, but I do appreciate you joining. And if you want to join in the future, I will be on again every Saturday starting at 2 and going till about 2:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And hopefully I'll have better things to talk about in the future as well, because this was kind of, I didn't really plan it out very well. I'm sorry, Kyle. I just keep reading your comment over and over. You want a refund because it's not what you ordered. I didn't order it either, and somebody sent it to me, so I had to send it to somebody else. It's like, that whole effect. I placed another order for next weekend, and hopefully it's correct. Yes. Tune in next for Josh. He's in his truck. I think he means trunks, cleaning fish tanks. Okay. Oh, that's lovely. Scotty Aquati, if you haven't hit the like button, please do so. Thank you, everyone, for yes. Thank you to all of you. Big Shrimp, and unfortunately, you did miss pretty much the entire stream. However, you are able to go back and watch the replay if you would like. I do apologize. Kyle says better not come in damaged. Well, if you're referring to, our planned little trip, you already know we're both already damaged, so you might as well just cancel that order, sir. Because there's no guarantees there. Just saying. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys. I guess I'll go ahead and start getting things kind of. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Sorry. My stringer just did something very strange. Anyway, Excuse me. I do want to thank all of you that joined me today for the live. Really, really, really appreciate it. Anybody that's on the replay crew, thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you saw it. I would appreciate that as well. If you're not already subscribed, please do so as well. Big Shrimpin wants to know, did the anti-troll video work? Well, she hasn't trolled me since, but I also blocked her because I got sick of her crap. That doesn't mean that she's not going to come back on another social media again because she does that. But so far, so good. Oh, good, Kyle. You have Saturday off. Good, 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 good. Okay, cool. Awesome. That's exciting. I'm looking forward to this. Looking forward to the OCA next Saturday. So, yeah. So, with that, I am going to go ahead and call it. I'm going to sign off, let Josh get everything set up and ready for his stream. You guys are going to see me there too. So, don't be sad that I'm leaving. Um, Again, thank you for joining me. I will be back again next Saturday at 2 p.m. Oh, Matt, yes. No, yeah, ignoring the troll is probably the best advice, but sometimes it's fun to play with them a little bit before you toss them away. But again, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you again next Saturday, 2 p.m. In the meantime, have a great week. And please go and join us over on Josh's channel, Metalheads Aquatic Mayhem, for Saturday Mayhem. We'll see you guys next week.